Actin Hannah speaking, and welcome back to another reaction video. Actually, no, it's not a reaction video. We're just going to be reviewing the new micro BL series that QTV Everywhere has released. It's called Clik Clak Clok. So we won't be watching the episodes already because there's a lot of music involved in it and, copyright. So we're just here to talk about what happened. So we're here to discuss because I need someone to discuss with because the series, of course, is another mind-boggling series from UTV Everywhere. I mean, what did we expect, right? That's how series are built in UTV Everywhere. So we have to get used to it. But this one really was... it was interesting because it's open to a lot of interpretation, okay? So first, let's talk about the characters. There are two characters only in this series. So we have Anton and... oh my god, what is the name of Mings here? Anton and the dancer. Miguel. Okay. So we have Anton and Miguel playing. So first off, having a series with two characters is already complicated. I remember because my very first play was only me and a guy. So there are only two characters involved. And it's very challenging because you have to fill a lot of things. You have to feel the emotions. Everything should be there. You need to feel you need to fill up the scene. You have to make sure that there are no dead spots. How do you even classify that? You have to make sure that you keep the audience engaged in the story as well as they follow what's going on, because again, there's just two of you. But it's interesting because I have actually never seen Miguel, the person playing Miguel, play in a different series. Although this is not his first series. But Daryl, of course, we watched from Cheat. Okay, so I know a little bit about how Daryl acts, but that's only from Cheat. But again, as an actor, you put on different faces. So now I'm excited to see him in this new light. So technically for me, one is new, one is not. But in reality, they both have acted already. So two characters challenging to begin with. So now the next thing was, what's the background of the characters, right? So we have Anton, who is an IT student, right? He's an IT student. And somehow, of course, it's the pandemic, we've seen that he is locked inside his room. So this is the problem of the pandemic. Oh, this is one of the problems that was brought about by the pandemic. Okay, so people have been locked in their homes. Some have been locked up in places that are far from their home. So I think this is what Daryl was experiencing. He is not in his home. He is probably boarding somewhere near the university, supposedly, and then he got locked there. He got stuck because the lockdown started, and then he has nowhere else to go. Or maybe it's just more convenient for him. Maybe they have to pass something to the school every now and then. But I think he just really got stuck there, or unless he really chose to be away from his family. I'm really not sure about that. But again, the scene was he's waiting, or the first episode was he was waiting for the results of his exam. So is he going to get it or get in or not? If I remember correctly. Wait, let me just check, because this is 4 episodes in total. Okay, this is 4 episodes in total, and then 17 minutes 17 minutes each. Okay, so wait, let me just rewind some of the scenes here. Okay, first first thing I want to point out as well in the room is that we need to petition to have a trash bin for him, because look at that room, boy. You need to start cleaning. But again, because he's too busy trying to do all these things and pass whatever it is, I think it's his finals. What is he doing? Hold on. One thing I liked about it as well is the editing. The editing is so nice. The effects or the sound is also really good. I liked it. Okay, so first part we see him, of course, normal student life, trying to do his schoolwork. Okay, final examination. All right. Final examination, yes. So he submitted his final examination. I think this is the last thing he needs to graduate, okay? And of course, where I posted, there's the plant, which we need to petition that plant to get watered because oh my god, boy has no time anymore for the world that he cannot clean his room and he cannot water his plants. Who knows what else he's not able to do. I'm pretty sure showering is also not part of, or showering is also part of the list that cannot be done in a timely manner here, okay? So he submitted his final exam and he was waiting for the results of this. And I think there's a bit of a pressure from the parents as well. And this is very common in Asian households. It's very common in Asian households where a lot of things are riding on a specific child. So, oh, you need to get into this famous university, or you have to pass this final exam, or you need to get straight A's, or you have to graduate as summa cum laude. All these things, all this pressure. And it's never really good for the child, because then it develops all this unnecessary pain, okay? Because we have to go through the cycle of I need to do great or else I might be a disappointment to my family. And this is something that, and I can't afford to humiliate my family. All these things are deeply ingrained in Asian cultures. And of course, I could speak for myself. I'm living in a household that's in a similar setup, and you can just imagine what happened. You can just imagine what happened when I had to stop for college first. Like, oh my god, you're the eldest among all the cousins in this household, so why are you stopping, and all this drama going on. But again, the mental stress that this expectation is to Asian households, to panganays or firstborns in generally. Not all, because some is so weird. It really depends on which child was the smartest or was the most bibo in school. Whoever that kid is, you might not be the panganay, you might not be the eldest, but as long as you're that kid, trust that your family's expectation will be on your shoulders forever and ever. Amen. Okay, so now what happens after is after he has submitted, of course, he is exhausted, and then he decides to lie down. He decides to lie down, and this is where we see the picture of Miguel in close up. So Miguel is apparently the king of okay, so Clik Clak Clok or is according to the Craig is like, well, an attack to TikTok, because we all know this is what people have been doing the entire pandemic. Everyone has a TikTok account. Okay, so I have no content on TikTok right now, only because I don't know how to use it yet, or maybe because everyone is using it and I feel like I don't want to use it yet. But I have nothing against TikTok actually. some of my friends have encouraged me to post reviews there instead, but we'll see. I don't know. Let me try to explore the app. Okay, back to Anton. So now he falls asleep, and then there's a picture of Miguel, and then suddenly it merges as if he is going to step into a dream, because it's like an overlap of him lying down and the picture of Miguel, and then there are codes, and then you see this what do you call this, smoky that effect. You see, like, he, as if he has stepped into a dream where it's foggy and then everything is going wrong, and he has to bang his keyboard, get pissed, and we see errors, and then suddenly there is the image of Miguel right behind him, coming there to comfort him. Okay, he's there to comfort him and say, "Oh, it's okay, everything's gonna be fine." And of course, this is something that Anton wants to hear. So this is something in his imagination, right? So this is a dream. This is his repressed desire. So he has been well, his comfort during this lockdown must have been his admiration towards Miguel. So for Miguel to step into his dream and comfort him during this time where he is troubled is something that he actually needed. Okay, so we see, because it's really weird if this was real, because they would immediately in episode 1. Okay, so first of all, he is a famous TikTok artist and you are a student. Do they know each other prior to this? I don't think so, because why would you put a poster of someone, you know, if he was a friend or I don't know, your classmate that you admire? I don't think you would put a poster of him there. So it's really his idol probably in okay, so that's what I'm getting there. And then suddenly he wakes up to a call from his mom. Okay, he wakes up to a call from his mom, and when he answers it, there we go with the Asian pressure. Like, okay, how's the test? How's it going? Do you think you're gonna pass? People are expecting you to pass. And like, yeah, mom, yeah. So we go through that conversation. And then what happens after? Then he stares at the poster again of Miguel and starts to feel himself. So he starts to touch himself. So it's clear that he has admiration towards Miguel. And Miguel is someone that he wants to get. Okay? Miguel is someone that he wants to have in his life. Probably why? So that's something that we want to know. Why does he want to have Miguel? Or why does he admire Miguel so much? If the only thing that he probably is seeing through the app are dances, covers, I don't know what his content is, but he probably is a dancer. He's probably is a dancer. So there. Then we move on to episode 2. Okay. Then we move on to episode 2 because we see that he receives an invite directly from Miguel if he wants to be a dance partner. I mean, if your crush messages you, can you be my dance partner? I mean, yes! Even if you don't know how to dance, you say yes because that's your crush. So now, the setup will be, how are they gonna practice? How are they gonna practice, because this is lockdown period, so they can't see each other. So this will be a duet between 2 videos, which is common during this pandemic era. As long as I get this video to load, because the problem is I cannot remember the other stuff. Okay, so remember in his remember that he's waiting for the results of his examination. So we begin episode 2 by Anton receiving an email again. Okay? And now we see from La Universidad that he has failed. So he did not pass his final exam. So what does that mean? He means he will not graduate on time, and the expectation of his parents will, of course, not be met. Thus, another drama, right? So what does that mean for Anton? What happens now? He got super mad. Okay? He got super mad. He was in rage, super rage to the fact that to the point where he messaged the school admin, was it? Was it the admin? To the no reply email that was sent by La Universidad. So, of course, this is what happens when you get stuck in a place for a long period of time and you have too much pressure on your shoulders. So people will tend to lose their minds, okay? It's inevitable. Some people will really break during these moments because it's just too much. So at this point, Anton has already probably reached his breaking point because we've seen how he was studying in the beginning. He's not even cleaning his room anymore. So imagine how much time, how much stress, how many tears, how much of his health has deteriorated just to pass, and he didn't. Unfortunately, he didn't. So now he's composing this very angry message. You bastards, for 4 years of my life, I've done nothing but work and study on this pathetic course. So first, is this even something that he wanted? Is computer study or IT really the course that he wanted to take? Or was he even just pressured to take this course? Because probably there's money in this course, so you should take it, anak. You see your tito like this, he's an IT, so he's working here and he's earning this much money. Common Asian household stuff. So now, of course, he tries to send it, and then, of course, it won't send because it's a no reply email. And then we see that he really has lost it. Okay? So that's the Daryl we know. So he has completely lost it already. I mean, I fail an exam and I cry. But I've probably not reached the point of shaking, angry, that I want to kill somebody already because this society has pushed me so much to my limits that I don't know what to do anymore. So now he steps into this angry trance. Okay, he doesn't know what to do anymore because he failed. And then what? He's there sitting, made his room more messy than it already is. Then he will receive a call from his mom. So, tada! Hello, mommy. Yes, by the way, I failed. Okay? So, well, that's sad news. But what's even worse is that he learns from his mom, that his parents are gonna get a divorce. So, double whammy. Okay? So he failed. He's not gonna graduate, and his parents are gonna go through a divorce. Imagine how Anton is feeling now. So now he falls asleep again because of course his brain is exhausted. Okay, now he's asleep, and then he receives another email. And this time, ta-da! They now have FaceTime with his crushie. Okay? He now has FaceTime with his crushie. At last, right? I mean, how would you handle if suddenly your star crush emails you and says, hey, let's do a video chat? I mean, yes, but how am I gonna react? I don't even know. If one of my crushes suddenly responded to my messages and said, yes, I will, let's do a video together or something, I would flip. I swear. If you've seen me when Jeff Satter just acknowledged or remembered me from my post, I nearly lost it as well. But for Anton, having his crush in a video call and and they're going to do a dance together, that's a different level of fan achievement, fanboy achievement. That's really something. And what really made me curious about this scene, that's why I had the theory that it's not real, is because the way they're speaking doesn't seem real to me. I raised this with one of UTV Everywhere's staff. Jakey, yeah, I raised it with him. I have an issue with the dialogues. It's so, how could you say, it's not, if this is the pandemic, it means it's within this era, it's within this period. So people should not be speaking in this way. If I how would I put it? It's not very common to hear people speak in this manner at this time of life, of this era. It wasn't very natural to my ear while I was hearing it, because the words were more scholarly than expected. Okay, although there was a part where Anton mentioned that ang talino mo talaga, to hint that probably Miguel really is a smart person, and we see through the 4 episodes that he's into a lot of scientific things in the, what do you call this, literature. He mentioned Emily Dickinson as well. So he's very well versed. So I don't know if he really is this character, or this is what Anton perceives him to be. Like, he's so perfect and he's so great. So these are the things that he would actually say, or these are the things that he would really be speaking to me about or conversing with me about. So they start talking about life, they start talking about life in general. And then the conversation gets deep into it, and I think this is what Anton needed at that time. He needed someone to comfort him, someone to assure him that everything is going to be okay, although you feel like the world is already crumbling. Okay? So it's understandable that if this was an imagination, this was the conversation going on, because again, it's his repressed desire. So this is what he wanted to hear, and this is what he was getting through this, because I think he literally he's dreaming, or at this point I think he's dreaming. Okay, so now they start to practice dancing, and suddenly Miguel falls. Let's go, other drama. So Miguel falls, and then every one of us were like, oh my god, is he dead? Is he really alive to begin with? Okay, and then we move to episode 3. Episode 3 is where we find out that, if I get the video to load, episode 3 is where we find out that Miguel is suffering from leukemia. So leukemia is a bone cancer. Yeah, it's a white blood cell. You know, shame on me, I forgot what the actual cause of leukemia is, but it has something to do with white blood cells, right? Let me check. Let's make sure. The problem is there is no internet here. Okay, so leukemia is, when we're ready. Yes, it's not ready. Okay. Leukemia is some form of blood it's a cancer in the blood forming tissues, including the bone marrow and the lymphatic system. Yeah. All right. So it's very common in children, and it can occur mostly, or other forms of leukemia occur mostly in adults. Okay, so we don't know what type of leukemia Miguel has. So now we find out that he has leukemia. Oh no, another issue. So why can't Anton just be happy with his life? he already created this image of Miguel in his mind, and suddenly now you're telling me that he has leukemia and he might be gone and I won't be with him anymore. What is wrong with the world? So now they still push through even if Miguel is going through death. Okay, so technically he's gonna go through death, of course, because leukemia is a hard battle to face. And he mentions that he has no parents, he has no siblings, he's alone. Who is taking care of this kid? Okay, and how old is he? How old are they? So if they're college, most probably over 18, right? So technically a young adult, but again, not even a tito can help him with this sickness. It's so crazy. So what happens now is in episode 3 we find out he's sick, and then Anton tells him, are you sure you're still able to do this? And Miguel says, yes, we're gonna push through with it, and then this part right here where they were crying, somehow confessing their love to each other, really had me scratching my head. Like, what is this progression? How many days has it been? Has it been a week? I'm not sure. And then the plant still bothers me on the side. Sorry, they're having this very important conversation, but then the plant keeps bothering me there on the side. Okay, it's like, water me, I need attention too. So now they're talking, and and the ref. Okay, I want the ref as well. So back here, yeah, so they're talking about yes, we're gonna go through this, we're gonna make it. Okay, so now this part where they're like confessing their love to each other was just really suddenly in the circle. That's why it did not seem real to me. Or if this was real, it was really fast paced. Like, is it because he was dying? That's why he also found comfort in Anton, and because he also mentioned that I didn't just randomly pick you because I know you and I know your feelings towards me. That's why I've chosen you, right? And then this part, I couldn't help but stare at the glasses of Anton because they were blue, so it made it look a little scary for me while watching. It was a bit off. And then we move to the scene where he is going to imagine again that they are together. Okay, then they start dancing. So they try to or he tries to execute this dance routine for both of them through his imagination, and then this will end up with them kissing. So it's really, if I think about it, it's something that he wants and it's manifesting in his mind. And then we see that Miguel drinks his meds and takes out a glucometer. This part I'm confused. I don't know why we're taking is this a glucometer or this is some other type of blood counting machine? Because I thought he had leukemia, or does he have diabetes too, or does he have both? I don't know. We didn't have time to discuss all of that. And he was, yes, dogs. And he was shocked to see the results of that test. So I don't know if it was too low or was it too high. I'm not really sure. I couldn't gauge what was happening there. But it signaled that it was something bad, okay? Because probably the way he fell on the couch after, okay? Then the last episode 4 is, here we go. They're gonna do the dance competition again. All right, they're gonna be doing the dance competition again, and then I see my face for the second time. I'm right there, okay? I was there in the first episode and then I'm here again in the second episode. So I'm a friend, all right? Or I'm a friend or I'm just a liker. I don't know. Who am I here? Okay? So yeah, and then they start, even their conversations all over chat is something not very common. They go like, "Good morning, my Miguel," okay, or my love, my darling, something in those lines. So their endearment is very, very out of the ordinary, if I may say. Like, probably we're used to just like babe, baby, honey, love, bebe ko, asawa ko, asawa ko, things like that. But to call someone so dearly as my Miguel, or my sweetheart, my honey, right? It's nice to hear. It's very old style. It's common in other languages, actually. In other languages, when they attach very endearing words to your name. But for us here, I just don't know. It's like a mismatch of culture when I watch this. It's like a different culture tagalized. That's how I saw it. Then of course, yeah, prep for the dance, and then this weird coding thing that Anton was looking into his PC. So he was reading this weird code stuff that had what's the hieroglyphics and all. There were like weird codes, not really something I could comprehend because they might not actually be codes. You know, when you were in Microsoft Word before, and then there was a part where it when this one, when your file gets corrupted, it'll have like this ones, okay, there. So I don't know how he's reading it, and he's reading it this way, like Arabic text. He's reading it from right to left compared to left to right. So I don't know how he's reading that or how he's understanding that, but I'm pretty sure that is not computer language. So I'm like, oh my god, is this a fusion of cheat and click and because he might be summoning his mother or something. Okay, is this what's going on? So there, then we start the dance competition already. Nag-practice pa sila. They practice before the actual dance competition, and then they were even kissing each other through the screen. It's really so bizarre. It's bizarre in the sense that for me, the timeline is too fast. Okay, kissing someone through the screen is not really bizarre. It's something that even I do. But what do you call this? It's just the timing for me. I don't know what's happening. Maybe because it's fast paced, because it's 4 episodes. I don't know. And then we go through the actual competition. They're dancing. They're last in line. Before they danced, Miguel was going through pain again. Here, he was going through pain again. There. Okay. So we know that he's just pushing it. He doesn't want. Maybe this is his last achievement for his life. That's why he's pushing it. He's really pushing for it, to continue it or to finish it, because at least this might be something that he would want to keep as a fulfillment in his life. Maybe he's not really fulfilled as well because he grew up alone. He doesn't have anything that he's proud of, maybe. And it could be that the relationship with Anton is something that he really treasures, and it's something that kept him pushed him to stay alive a little bit longer. It could be that. Okay? Could be that. And then yes, dancing, announcing. And then after dancing, we get a rewind of Anton in this scene before he receives the video call invite. Okay, so this scene happened after he received the dance competition invite. Okay, that has already been established, but they didn't do the video call yet. Okay, the video call happened after this scene. So now at this part, I kept convincing myself So it really was a dream. It's something that he wanted to happen, and is something that he wanted to happen, or he imagined that he really spoke with Miguel. But then, if you think about it, and then they were crying, and then kudos again to Daryl because he's crying here. So good. Okay, and then Miguel's dying scene as well. I did not expect that. All right, and then so after the crying scene, Anton goes into this code thing again. So now he's like, yes, we're gonna execute it. What are we executing? So like, have we developed a way to keep a memory in a chip or something? I don't know if you guys are familiar with the movie Chappie, but Hugh Jackman's there. And I forget his name. The guy from Slumdog Millionaire. Was it him? See, I'm not even sure as well. Anyway, so Chappie is an AI type of an AI show where you can transfer memories. Okay, so your memories, you will transfer your memories to a robot, or that robot, of course, has a chip, a memory chip, so you can transfer it there. So now my entire being could get transferred into a very small file, and then if I die, you can just plug me in to somewhere and I'll be there again. So that is my existence now. So that's what I thought of when he did this thing where he tried to activate this code here. Was it this part? Let's see if it's this part. So he goes like, yeah, so there he steps into the, yeah, okay, so now he steps into the realm the realm of Miguel. So could it be that it could be a dream? It could be that all this interaction was actually true, but then since Miguel died and it was the last straw of the pain he was of his the last straw of all the negative things that is going on with his life, could he be in a loop? Could he be in a loop? So he has completely fell off the edge of the cliff and lost it because not getting into college, parents getting a divorce, my crush dies just when we started to develop feelings for each other. So it could really be that their relationship was real. However, he really did actually die, and Anton could not do anything because he was in lockdown and he could not go and save him. So now he's in a loop trying to get it fixed, or trying to go back to the happy memories and try to find a way on how he could probably save Miguel somehow. So it could be that, or it's really that code is a way for his memories to be stored somewhere, and he could just open that and relive the entire the entire happy phase of his life, or try to fix his life. So because that scene of the heavy dying, the Miguel dying was heavy for everyone. Okay, and then we see that after they cry out and Miguel dies, we go back to the scene of this. So meaning this is the starting point of when he started to be happy, probably because again after this was the video call already. So it could be the memory that he's holding onto. So it's really has so many interpretations because I don't know which one is correct. Maybe y'all guys can enlighten me about what happened there. But so yeah, so those are my theories. It could be that it's all a dream. It's his repressed desire. He is sad, so he wanted a good fix for his life, but then it ended sadly as well. So now he's stuck in a loop. So the loop could actually even not be real, because he could have imagined it, and then in his imagination he thought that was real, so he's going through that loop over and over, but in reality they haven't really even practiced yet. Right? So, or it could be that it's like super super fast forward, thinking that, hey, I'm technically a genius in IT and I can even store my memories into this chip if I want to, so how come I did not pass my final exam, kind of thing. So it's like a complete rub on the face to the university na, yeah, you can fuck it, I'm actually really smart and I can do things like this. So tell me what you think. I've been rambling for what? Oh my god, I can't believe I've been rambling for 40 minutes. So yes, that is what I think about Clik Clak Clok, or as explained to me how the title is pronounced. So yeah, I hope that you guys also have or can share with me your interpretation of the series. And again, another good take to BL by QTV Everywhere. I like that it's not really, they didn't have to actually classify it as a BL anyway, because it's really just a story of like two guys that probably found love in the most, or at their lowest point in life, because the other one was dying, the other one was like losing everything in his life as well, so they found comfort from each other, with each other. They found comfort in each other's company. So I like it. I like it. It's open for interpretation. And do you know that this has been shot using just a mobile phone? Yes, it was shot by a mobile phone only. And the editing is also very different from how we normally see like commercialized commercialized series, or you know, the standard series that we see. So I like it. I like it. Their QTV Everywhere really takes us somewhere, and we don't know how to get back sometimes. We don't know how to get back sometimes, or we probably lost our map somewhere that we can't find the way, and they're just there grinning, laughing at us like, oh my god, they can't find their way out. So excited to see more projects from QTV Everywhere. I believe there is another one coming up. It's called, what was it? Is it Spencer, or Spencer is the name of a character? It's the fat sucker. Okay, so the title in itself is already getting us curious. So let's see what's that about. But remember, my take on this is my take on this series is, of course, please make sure to take care of your mental health, especially during these troubled times. So I know that a lot of people are still away from their families. So if you can, talk to someone, and make sure that you get that company that will allow you to be able to speak about how you feel and be open about how you feel, so that you don't have to beat yourself up and, you know, convince yourself, beat yourself up about being alone, or, you know, not having everyone beside you or anyone beside you. So we're here. You can talk to us as well. Thank you so much for listening to me ramble for more than 40 minutes. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much, QTV Everywhere, for letting us experience a new type of series again. Catch you on another review of your short series or your micro BL again. I'll catch you again next time as well, shippers. Bye.